He and his partners ended up in a suspicious neighborhood. Everything even seems like a prank. But then, out of nowhere, a mysterious woman lands on top of them. But the real big problem is the chaos she brings along with this little game. So, would you be willing to deal with that for a complete stranger who fell from the second floor onto you? To be honest, I don't know if I would, man. Sakura is with his friends, and Nirei is excited to check out a store Tasuku recommended. Sakura notices some bandages on Nirei's face, asks if he got beaten up, but the guy says he just tripped. Following the map, they end up in the red light district, where some girls invite them into the shops. Nirei freaks out, already wanting to get out of there since it's not Furin territory. Suddenly, a girl appears from above and ends up falling on Sakura. She apologizes and tries to help, but notices her dress is torn and her necklace is missing, and that's when she panics. Some guys surround the group, and the leader says they were hired to get the girl, asking if the boys are her friends. Sakura cuts him off, saying it doesn't matter, but the leader threatens to beat them up if they don't hand her over. The girl wants to surrender, but Suo holds her back, and Sakura is already getting ready to jump into the fight, all set to kick everyone's ass. The leader tells his guys to attack, and Sakura gets ahead of him and asks Suo to protect the girl, but Nirei offers, telling Suo to help in the fight, that he'll take care of her. So, right? You don't help much with things. Let's see if at least you can protect the girl, right? Suo even thinks it's risky, but remembers Ren's advice about trusting friends, and he lets Nirei take care of her. The guys come at them full force. Sakura and Su take everyone down, but they go straight for Nirei towards the girl. Sakura gets worried, but Nirei focuses and dodges at the last second and manages to make the guy fall face first on the ground. In a flashback, Nirei is feeling down with Su, feeling useless for not helping Sakura. He then asks Su to teach him how to fight. Even though Suo doesn't really like being a teacher, he agrees, warning that Nirei will get beaten up and will need band-aids. In training, Suo says Nirei has to learn to protect himself while taking down the opponent. He teaches him to be a little armadillo, the famous technique of, you dodge at the last minute and duck, making the guy trip and fall face first on the ground. To explain better how it works, Suo asks Nirei to hit him, and he's going to try to punch him, but then he just disappears. And just before Nirei falls face first on the ground, Suo holds him and tells him not to close his eyes during a fight. Back in the present, the guy who fell tries to kick Nirei, who freaks out, but Suo just appears and takes the guy down, praising Nirei for the job he did, but already reinforcing that he can't close his eyes during a fight. Sakura likes the move and imitates it, taking down the others. The leader of the guys who was after the girl sees everyone on the ground and tries to counterattack, but Sakura knocks him out. The girl is even shocked to see that they won, and Suo praises Nirei. I think it was kind of lame, but Sakura says he did well. Nah, he just did the bare minimum, that's fine. Nirei asks why he was behind the girl, but Sakura sees someone coming, pushes Nirei, and blocks the attack. The guy is stronger than the others, and the girl tries to stop him, but he's pissed because she got hurt. The dude is emanating an aura like, I'm gonna mess you up, but right after, the girl slaps him and tells him to listen. After explaining the situation, the guy named Kanji apologizes for acting without thinking. It's the famous hit first, ask questions later type. Then it's off to jail, dragged away, doesn't know why. Suo thinks it's cool, and Nirei asks who they are. Kanji introduces himself and says the girl, Shizuka, sings in a bar and is like an angel on stage. Nirei notices they get along well, and Suo thinks they have more than just a friendship going on. Then, out of nowhere, Kanji pulls the two aside, seeing an enemy, but the guy from the allied gang appears to save them. He then chews out Kanji for being impulsive because of Shizuka. Nirei is shocked, but Shizuka says it's all good, they're allies. They think Kanji defeated the guys, but he points to Sakura's group. Miyoshi apologizes for the whole mess, revealing that Kanji is, in fact, the boss of Roppo, a brutal crew that has even clashed with Furin. Nirei gets tense, but Kanji doesn't care, and is happy Sakura saved them from a surprise attack. Shizuka asks if they happen to know Tasuku, and Nirei confirms they went there just to see him, who apparently also works at her bar. The group goes to the bar and sees Tasuku dancing. Rocking the stage, the guy is doing an absurd pole dance. Everyone likes it, except Sakura, who doesn't seem very impressed. Seriously, just thinking that a human is doing that, it's complicated, but it's impressive. It's damn hard. So, bro, how are you doing? Enjoying the anime so far? Go ahead and leave your like and subscribe to give it a boost. Got it? Thanks, my man. At the bar, Tasuku buys food for the crew. There he goes 1,000 times. He says it's like a thank you for helping Ito, that old man. He says he's more animated now, getting dressed up, going out more. Now the little guy is better. He says the old man wants to enjoy life before meeting his wife again, and Suo likes to joke with him. Excited, Tasuku orders a fruit platter, but when he realizes that the vices and the guys are devouring everything he ordered, he cancels the order, telling them to ease up a bit on the munchies there. Come on, money doesn't grow on trees either, right? You crazy. Nirei praises Tasuku's dancing, who explains that he fell in love with online videos and begged to perform at this bar, since there was no stage near Furin. Kanji then joins the conversation, saying he saw it all, and Tasuku asks if he and Sakura happened to stop a drunken brawl. Kanji confirms and says Sakura saved him, but Tasuku tells him to be responsible, since he's the guardian of the street. The guys get confused and Kanji explains that the street is full of partying and trouble, so he formed Roppo to maintain order and keep everything straight. Sakura and his friends realize that Roppo is like Furin, but Kanji says they are different. He just gathers a crew to deal with troublemakers, while Umemiya built Furin from scratch. Nirei vibrates with praise for Umemiya, but Kanji wishes Furin doesn't face problems. Shizuka goes on stage and rocks it with an incredible voice. The guys explain that within 3 months of her starting to perform, she became #1 there, the main attraction of the neighborhood. Then she goes to talk to Tasuku, who asks about the injuries on her hands. She says she just tripped and Kanji thanks the guys for not telling him about the mess, because he would get angry, since he sees Shizuka as a little sister. So far I'm not giving this guy anything, but he's one of the 4 kings there, so he must be able to beat anyone up. Then a guy invades the bar, warning that a gang is causing trouble outside, and they think the guys are from the same group that Sakura defeated. Kanji says he's going to solve this problem. Even though Tasuku wants to go along, Kanji tells him to stay and protect Shizuka. Sakura insists on going, saying the trouble is his responsibility. Tasuku suspects they are hiding something, but says he will stay and lets the guys go, asking Kanji to take care of them. Outside, Nirei thinks Roppo has few members, will need help, but Kanji tells them not to underestimate his crazy guys, because they are absurdly strong. They arrive and Shogo and Ritsu are already beating up the thugs. A gangster threatens to destroy the street if they don't hand over Shizuka, but Kanji sends him flying and goes on the offensive, taking everyone down. One of these junkies tries a surprise attack, but Kanji is faster. Sakura is impressed and joins the fight, saying he won't let Kanji steal the show. The two fight together, and Miyoshi likes that Sakura is keeping up with Kanji. Suo says he is the class representative and takes down some guys with Miyoshi. Then he ends up asking about Nirei. Suo explains that, despite not fighting, Nirei is crazy about getting stronger. Nirei, away from the fight, remembers that Suo told him to focus on surviving, not winning, but he's frustrated because he can't help, but Suo assures him that he will get better. During the brawl, a guy named Shuhei appears, the leader of the gravel gang, who arrives with reinforcements. He, with a somewhat psychopathic vibe, likes that the members of Roppo managed to beat up his guys, even with few people. He, looking, thinks their suits give them an extra boost, telling his own men to steal the clothes. Nirei thinks they are kind of crazy, and, man, they really are. They are kind of obsessed with their ideas. Kanji asks about the group that Sakura defeated, and Shuhei says that it has nothing to do with them. They were just hired to finish the job that the incompetent ones couldn't do. He says they are from the Sanaba neighborhood, full of outlaws who live as mercenaries, without studying, without working, just bums stealing and killing. Shuhei says he wants to get Shizuka to earn some money and buy some barbecue. He suggests that Kanji hand her over to avoid any fight, since his friends are tired. Sakura thinks they won't win, but Kanji doesn't care. Roppo exists to protect the neighborhood and protect that part of the art that is there, and it doesn't matter if they lose, as long as they can protect that. Sakura sees Umemiya in him fighting for something bigger. The crazy guy there says he's going after Shizuka if he can get past them, but Kanji swears that won't happen, because she's well protected. Shuhei likes the idea of fighting, saying he's going to take Shizuka as a prize, and Kanji, pissed off, sends his men into battle, without thinking twice. This crazy guy has a dead, clueless look. He even looks like, I don't know, a Joker vibe. Back at the bar, Tasuku and the twins try to distract Shizuka, who is worried about Kanji. They ask her to relax, saying he's tough in a fight, but Tasuku thinks Kanji and the gang were hiding something. Shizuka goes to the bathroom but takes too long to come back, and we see her running down the street, going to them. Meanwhile, Shuhei, the leader of the gravel gang, sees his guys getting badly beaten by Kanji, who is fighting like an animal. The problem is that Roppo is even exhausted, and one of their guys is caught by the thugs. Sakura enters the fight to help, but Kanji, who is in berserker mode, almost hits him by mistake. Kanji realizes and apologizes and tells Sakura to go back to the bar, where he's safe. But Sakura doesn't care, and doesn't want to abandon the gang. Then the maniac Shuhei says they are about to lose, so Suo pulls Sakura to run, reminding him that they need to protect Shizuka. And it's at that moment that she appears and tells everyone to stop fighting. Shuhei looks at a photo of the target and sees that it's her. Shizuka wants to surrender to save Roppo, but Nirei tries to stop her, saying they are fighting for her, but she insists on their well-being, since the gang has always supported her. Then we go into a flashback. Shizuka says she arrived in the city alone, and Kanji took care of her. He asked about her hobbies, and she said she likes to sing, but thinks she's not good enough. But Kanji asks for a little sample, just for him to see what her singing is like. But when he listens, man, he's impressed, and promises he'll help her get a gig as a singer no matter what. Back in the present, Shizuka says she loved life in the city, surrounded by cool people, and fell in love for the first time. And that's precisely why she doesn't want to see them get hurt and asks them to leave. Man, seriously, the feeling is noble, but come on, are you crazy? The guys have been beaten up until now. They're wrecked, and you just show up now saying they don't want to get hurt, my dear. What, is it too late? Shuhei then laughs, revealing that she's from Sanaba, where she worked as a cleaner until she ran away from a perverted rich guy who wanted to buy her. He says the whole mess is her fault, and Kanji, pissed off, tells her to ignore the guy. The thugs surround him, and Shuhei tells Shizuka to come with him to save everyone, and she runs, but Sakura tries to hold her back. Then, to save the day, the twins and Tasuku appear. Shizuka tells him to leave, but he asks what she really wants. She confesses that she wants to stay with everyone, and Tasuku asks her to stay behind while he sorts everything out. Shuhei mocks her, saying she's simply living a dream that's not for her, but Tasuku retorts, saying he's incredibly jealous. Shuhei doesn't understand and tells his guys to attack. Sakura wants to join this fight and beat everyone up, but Tasuku holds him back, asking him and his friends to protect Shizuka, since he trusts them because of everything they went through with Ito. They then promise to take care of her, and Tasuku goes to smash the guy's face in, telling the twins to clear the way for him. The two, super synchronized, take down the thugs, and everyone is left speechless. One of the guys even tries to hit Tasuku, but my god, the guy didn't even see what hit him. He then looks at Shuhei and challenges him to a fight. Shuhei sends his efforts, and Kanji and the Roppo crew take everyone down quickly. Shuhei is already nervous and goes on the offensive. Tasuku blocks his face and invites him to dance, dodging his blows and sending him flying with a kick. Shuhei is already pissed off because this was easy money, and now he's getting beaten up. He then mocks Tasuku's lipstick, but he says that it makes him even stronger, because it makes him who he loves to be. Seriously, okay? Go use lipstick against a 38 to see if you'll get strong. Shuhei thinks it's ridiculous, but Tasuku feels sorry for him because he doesn't understand. He knocks Shuhei down again and tells him to get up to show what he's capable of. I'm telling you, after that kick he gave to that random thug, man, he's crazy. That guy is no joke, okay? With or without lipstick, I never want to fight that guy again. So, man, what did you think of the episode? Did you like it? Leave your comment what you want too, if you want a different anime. If there was anything you didn't like in the video. If you liked something, leave your comments so I know. Send your subscription to give the channel a boost, and help me too. There's this video here for you to check out. Don't let the opportunity pass you by. I'm signing off here, I'll see you in the next anime, and peace out, my dude.